Families are being told by a federal victim advocate it's due to the First Step Act. That's federal legislation to help reduce the prison population for nonviolent offenders.
I don't know how he even qualifies for the First Step Act. That's my first question.
Santana Cummings' mother, Sherry Carrot, was diagnosed with lymphoma when she was 32 years old. Santana was a young child and remembers what her mom endured.
In that year span, I watched her go from, a full-figured woman to a skeleton. Her eyes were sunken. She was tired all the time.
Everyone blamed cancer. Eventually, the family blamed pharmacist Robert Courtney.
I believe Robert Courtney is a sociopath. I believe he's a murderer.
Courtney admits he diluted chemotherapy drugs for money. The FBI named the investigation diluted trust. In the end, investigators say he did it to more than 4,200 patients. Kansas City slowly moved on from the shock. Decades have rolled by. But for Santana's family, it's ever present. Her children never met Grandma Sherry. They remember her at big moments. For them, this is the legacy of Robert Courtney.
Why can't he just serve his time? Why is he being allowed to participate in the First Step Act?
The First Step Act is a relatively new criminal reform bill. It allows federal inmates to earn time credits for good behavior. Multiple families say they were told Courtney qualifies. If so, Robert Courtney appears to have taken full advantage, earning more than 4 years toward an early release and now home confinement. But there's a catch. The law says some prisoners won't be eligible if they are convicted of violent crimes. But that's not the case with Robert Courtney's 20 convictions: tampering with consumer products, adulterating drugs, and mislabeling drugs.
Do you think it's appropriate for him to get out under the First Steps Act?
No, he should not be released on the First Step Act.
We recently spoke with Missouri Representative Emanuel Cleaver. He was a strong supporter of the First Step Act, and so was every Missouri and Kansas senator and representative. We checked the 2018 roll call. They all voted yes. It was signed into law by President Trump on December 20th, 2018. The goal was to address mass incarceration, release nonviolent prisoners early and to home confinement. On paper, Robert Courtney tampered with medicine.
But they don't see that the same as hitting somebody with a bat or stabbing somebody. And so I think that's where the common sense must come in. That's violence.
Santana couldn't agree more.
We shouldn't even be having, this discussion right now. He should be serving his full time in prison, if not facing murder charges.
There's no statute of limitations on murder charges. Some families are now advocating for that. We'll take a closer look at that tomorrow night. Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.